Still with Parliament, and we've been joined on the lines by the first Deputy Majority Whip, the Honourable Richard Echampo, to share more perspectives on what happened in Parliament, especially to do with the Speaker apologising to the Member of Parliament for Koli Clote over some unsavoury comments recently. Honourable, welcome to Channel One Newsroom.
Thank you very much, my sister.
Your thoughts, first of all, on the Speaker going ahead to initiate investigations for what we all heard some weeks back.
Yeah, let me say a very good evening to your listeners and viewers. I think this matter happened fortnight ago when the Parliament was in session, and there was a statement about Kwame Nkrumah, especially in respect of the 28th of February shooting, if you do remember.
Yes.
So the issue of J.B. Dankwa came to the fore. Members were referring to books that they've read about his activities in respect of our independence and how he became a CIA agent and all that. To be specific with this matter, Honorable Mutaka was on the floor, and then he was asked the source of all this information. And he mentioned the source. He mentioned the author of the book. So whoever was in that should have gone to just reference that book to authenticate if indeed what Mutala was saying was truly what transpired. So we had some shouting from the other side. The first one, which I heard, was that all of you, that he was referring to the NDC side, that we are beneficiary of coup d'etat. After that, one of the members from the minority side shouted, because Zanetor wanted to also intervene. Personally, I didn't know what he wanted to say. And the honorable member, I can't call him honorable member, the member from the other side shouted, "Sit down, a daughter of a murderer." And because the person did not speak through the mask, and nobody foresaw that somebody was going to make such unsavory comments, our attention was not on that person. So it was difficult identifying whoever said it. After that, information reaching us is that the family is very in pain. All the children and the mother. And the lodge official complaints. So we needed to trigger our investigation mechanism in Parliament to unravel whoever was behind this unparliamentary words or whatever that happened. So Mr. Speaker delivered a statement today, and right now we've not found a person, though investigation is ongoing. Apologize to the family and apologize to the people of this country, because it's not about an individual. Because the individual even comes from a family. And this revolution, and then the 31st December, blah, 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 thing we are talking about, there are people from the other side who participated in the coup d'etat. Those who were shouting, "Let the blood flow," and the rest. Some are South member of the NPP. I can mention them, Chairman Sabonsu, and by that time he was at the university. They were part of the revolution. So if they join NPP as a political party, and we are saying, we, the NDC, we are a beneficiary of a coup d'etat, what about those within your ranks?
But were you able to identify the person who said all of you benefited, that's the majority side, from the coup d'etat?
The investigation will unravel all this because all of them did not speak through the mask. Assuming they spoke through the mask could have recorded them.
Right.
They knew what they wanted to achieve. They did not speak through the mask. And even in this, you can also come on any point of order or by the standing order to rebuke the person. But Parliament can do that.
Right.
Because since he did not speak through the mask, there's no recording of that. But everybody heard it. The media also captured it. That's why it has become part of our discussion this evening.
Right. Now, these investigations that were triggered by the Speaker, the majority side, this is one of your members. Did you also start any investigation during that. And you said earlier that the family is in pain, they were not happy. Did you trigger this because the family was in pain, or you thought this was unacceptable and you got involved in the investigations?
We were very particular about this matter. But like I told you, when we talk of parliament, we have the two political parties, we have the office of the speaker, parliamentary service, and the support staff. So if this matter is out of our control, we need to trigger the other leg of it, which is the parliamentary service. They are in charge of recordings and everything. By assuming we saw the person or we heard the person speak through the mic, we could have triggered our standing of that and then deal with the person, either to file a motion to suspend the person, to get the person investigated by ourselves. But since we did not identify the person, we need to use the other mechanism to get the person investigated, brought to the previous committees, and the necessary sanctions if applied.
Right. Now that the Speaker has given this corporate a week to come forward or face the consequences, what are you expecting from that?
I doubt if any person will come out, because it's a very shameful act, and even the person, I think, after reflecting upon what he said or what he did, he has regretted his actions and inactions. But he has done it. So maybe unless, as a gentleman or as an honorable member, so-called, if the person comes out to own up and apologize, I think maybe the family may forgive him. But if you don't, and the investigation brings you out, then it will be another ball game altogether.
But it's been over, some 2 weeks. Don't you think if the person wanted to come out, they would have come out by now?
That's why I told you, I don't think the person will own up. So we need to force him to own up.
What kind of sanction will be filed against this person if they fail to come up and you fish him out? Or I believe this voice was a male voice, so I'm okay to say him out.
Yeah, it's a male voice because I overheard it and I knew the direction it came from. But since my attention was not on that particular person, I could not identify if it is party A or party B. And I can also do a guesswork. But there are lots of provisions in our standing orders and the Constitution which can even lead to suspension of the person. The House can even expel the member from the House.
Okay.
Now that we have to test majority, after the investigation, the person must be heard. So you drag the person to privileges committee. Okay. You can start it his lawyer. He will come and defend himself. Whatever transpired, the committee will produce a report, and the House will take a decision on the report. So the House can take a decision to suspend the person for 3 or 6 months, or the House can take a decision to expel the member from the House. It all will depend on his conduct.
Okay.
If the person shows remorseful behavior, after we are all human. But the point is, like you said, more than a fortnight ago, and nobody has owned up. Maybe the person thought we've let this into slide. But the family is concerned. Even today, the family members from Anlaw or whatever clan, they came to Parliament.
Yes.
All of them were in red and black, meaning they are not taking this thing very easy.
Right.
So, but the point is, we have individual identity.
Okay.
So assuming if my father committed a crime, it doesn't mean I have committed a crime. I have my name, I have my integrity to protect. Granted, even if the revolution or whatever, the excesses. Officially, people have apologized about this matter. We've moved on. We've ushered in our democracy. Yeah. And this is the 30th year or 31st year of our democracy.
Right.
Why do you go back and revisit this matter? In any case, if somebody mentioned the name of J.B. Danko is not a member of Parliament. He doesn't have that immunity or that privileges. But Zanetor is a sitting member of Parliament.
Right.
Musala is a sitting member of Parliament. Yes. He has a freedom of speech.
But mentioning this JB Dankwa issue, on the floor of Parliament today, the Honorable Anodompre also raised issues with him being called, you know, a CIA agent and all that, which he says there's no evidence till today to pin him to that. And they also are demanding an apology and a retraction all around this unsavory, you know. I'm afraid we've lost the Honorable Richard Echampo, who is a Deputy Majority Chief Whip. You're still watching the Channel One News Show.